serving the Bay Area. Call Excalibur Water Heaters today at 415-725-5445. That's Excalibur Water Heaters, 415-725-5445.
Good morning, class. Quick head absent again?
For many kids, just getting to school feels...
Hi, Shemay. Happy Saturday. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Hi, Ronnie. How are you? Hey, Randy. All right, let's roll out of here. Oh, boy. Boop, 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 boop. I'm doing all right, Sergeant. Had a good day today. Did a little baking in the Rancho kitchen today. It was a very, very good day. Won the dock. I don't have anything in particular to make tonight. I'm going to enjoy some of this clam chowder tonight. Yep, happy 12 years. Well, you know, there was a time I was a big contributor to the... My life was a big contributor to the drama on YouTube. That's for sure. And Shemay is, as the great Camo Dave would say, oddly compelling content. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. It's been a great 12 years. Right. Thank you, Cindy. There aren't many days I haven't enjoyed on here. Some days you enjoy a little more than others, but well, I don't want to say anybody sucks on YouTube. I mean, you don't get to be where Mr. Beast is by not bringing something to the table that people enjoy. So, thank you, Gail. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Man. I'm looking forward to a coffee tonight. Hang out a bit. I did do some baking in the Rancho kitchen today. I'm going to be enjoying some of that tonight. Yeah, I'm very lucky. Hi, Nino. Man, that turn signal's weird. What the hell was that? Strange. Alright, so it's going to be a little bit chilly tonight, but this weirdo turn signal here. I don't think that's standard on a Chevy Malibu. Hi, Angus. How are you? Boop, 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 boop. There's snow tonight for you, Elmer? Yeah, there's snow in a lot of the country and brutal, bitter cold. 15 degrees in Ohio tonight. And it's gonna, you got at least a solid whole week of this stuff. At least. So it's a good night for some chowder. McDonald's on the way to Reno, yeah. I did have my moments, that's for sure. did have my moments. But man, it's really been a great 2 years, the last couple of years. How you doing, CSM? Nice to see you. No regrets. I didn't leave much on the table in life, that's for doggone sure. Oh boy. All right, let's let these birds go. Everybody needs to get into the hood. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I woke up this morning with a big splash from YouTube. How you doing, Naomi? do 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 do. What's going on here? Hey, Saint. I'm feeling under the weather. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you, Lurker. Thank you very much. I never imagined 12 years later I would still be doing it up. So I'm going to finish up this clam chowder tonight. And I did some baking in Kitchen Stadium today. Not in Kitchen Stadium, but the Rancho kitchen. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, doctor. Boop, 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 boop. Do, 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 do. Yeah, thank you, Saint. Very quiet, very peaceful day today. It was nice to crank up the oven. I guess the Christmas decorations will be coming down this week, which means in this hood most people will just be unplugging them. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty tired today. I did some cleaning inside. Well, usually like a lot of soups and stews and chowders, they get a little better with age. So Three Kings Day, you still have the Feast of the Epiphany, my mother's birthday. Oh, thank you, Blonde. You're so sweet, honey. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't enjoy it, for sure. You know, it's a long time presence, but it's been great fun. It's been great fun to be a part of it. I had a chance to clean the refrigerator out from a lot of stuff. I gotta get Cindy Russo's pot back to her. All that nice soup that was sent in and enjoyed. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? Friday night at the 7-Eleven, and the repo man is out and about tonight. There's a repo guy. All right, okay. Are we going to stand in the road, or what are we doing? We don't know. Here we are. It's the repo, man. Man, this place is insane busy tonight. Let me throw out this old coffee cup here. Oh, man. I don't know what they set up across the street. Some kind of new big meat operation over there. Let's see. Let's go see. Boy, this place is really flying on a Saturday. It's unusual. Usually Friday nights. So let us see. I don't know if this guy's pulling a trailer next to me or not. I don't know. This place is a zoo. We want to look over here. There's some kind of really big meat operation across the street that just set up. I don't know what it is. A mom and pop meat shop over here. What they got over there? They got all the lights. Even the repo man is stopping to eat there. Look at that. Look at that. All the big meats. Right. Look at that. It's like, wow, big meat. Big meat right over there. Brand spanking new. And look at this. We got the repo man here. Somebody's Suburban got jacked. All right, let's see if Bike Boy is around tonight. Let's see if Bike Boy is around. Get ready for Bike Boy to come ripping across the road. coffee's good tonight. That coffee is good tonight. Let's see. There's some kind of nefarious activity going on here. Something's going on. Thank you very much. Thank you, Melody. It's been a great 12-year run. You should have been here for all those years. Oddly compelling content. Okay, this guy's blasting me with his high beams here. What's going on, Adam? At the Yoshihiro restaurant. Wow, this road is rough. We got one headlight or two. We don't know. We don't know. Where's Bike Boy? Well, it's a long and slow process, Alan, but reward direction, not perfection. I'm moving in the right direction. Moving in the right direction. As we go through the S-curve of doom. Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that. 5 for Euro 5 what? Things ice. Hello, Mystery. Don't get in your feelers tonight, Mystery. I try to see everybody. I'm not perfect. Thank you, Callie Mo. Thank you. I remember the last thing I did before I went to social media was I went to Las Vegas with the boss, Janet and Bobby. We had a Las Vegas trip. Yeah, I was sick as a dog myself, Mystery. I'm still getting over the tail end of it. We have a lot of people that are down and sick right now. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, time flies. Time flies. I don't know why somebody would get a tattoo on the roof of their mouth. Some people like to get full face tattoos, neck tattoos, private parts tattoos. It is what it is. Get facial and neck tattoos, and then they turn 50 years old and they have the next 25, 30 years to live in regret. Right. But you know, if it's your thing, it's your thing. Right, okay, we crossing, what are we doing? We don't know. We just went past the coffee place. Here we are, we're waiting for the train. Oh yeah, let's see if we go out this way. I should have gone out the other damn way. Useless as tits on a bowl, that's right. Alright, blind me, that's good. Alright. Man, I should lower your beams down, dude. Right. I don't know what defines a bad tattoo. Who am I to say? I don't know. It's certain people like certain things, and what are you gonna do? Right. I just think it's the kind of thing that I hope you still like it as much when you're 50 as you did when you were 19 or whatever. Right. A lot of people will complain that people don't give them a fair shake if they have facial and neck tattoos. And, well, you can't legislate what people think in their minds, I guess. I don't know. So, I mean, that's the bottom line on that country club, because Rosie's still not 100%. Yeah, this is definitely a country club chat tonight. I have nothing in particular I wanted to uh, cook up tonight, and just have some of this clam chowder, hang out a bit, have a drink. I did do some baking today, so that's good. But the question remains, why? Yeah, it's their body, their choice, I guess. No, I never had a tattoo, Sergeant. I just don't know what I would have gotten as a tattoo. It just wasn't, I had, it just wasn't really my thing, right? I guess I kind of grew up in a little bit of a different era where it was kind of more a rarity. How you doing, Raptor? Nice to see you. What's going on? But I've never critiqued anybody's tattoos or anything. There's a Frenchman who had tattoo head to toe. He's a teacher, and his school fired him because of that tattoo. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people complain that they can't get a job or whatever if they have face tattoos, and I don't know. What do I say to that? I don't know. Right. I mean, what can I say? People are going to do what people do. Some kids are terrifying of face tattoos. I don't know. I see the people going through the de-tattooing process. That looks really painful with the lasers. Zap, 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 zap. Nothing worse than a bumper sticker on a Maserati. That's it. But the face, that's just not good. I don't know. It just depends what people want in life. And lightning bolts on my eyelids. That's interesting. I would say tattoos are pretty commonplace compared to when I was a kid today. Compared to today, when I was a kid, you'd usually see sailors or service people that were in the Pacific Theater had tattoos a lot. Served in World War II. An anchor, something like that. Yeah, I'm on a stakeout. Jody, how are you? Nice to see you. Happy New Year. I'm on a stakeout. I guess. What matters is what they are inside. One time she had a nose ring, and then you know where they put this nose, hogs and noses for it. Jeez. You have more guts than I do. I don't know if I would have said that. Marines and sailors have tattoos for remembrance. Yeah. What happened to the drone sightings? It just got boring for people to send drones up, and it got too cold. That's what happened. People didn't want to be standing out in the field. Oh, well, thank you, Jody. I appreciate that. It's really nice to see you. There's a blast from the past. I got more coming up. We're going to drill down on food, shelter, and other things. Hey, hey, David, how are you? Some more good content. I got some baking content coming up when they cross the equator. I forget what I understand that. I don't know. I guess it's called getting circumcised or something. I don't know. Oh, the chat's flying tonight. I met a guy one time that was covered with piercings, tattoos. I judged him very quickly. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to judge people. I have to talk to you and get to know you. You know, if you did it to be a thug, well, that'll expose it. That'll expose it. If you did it because you felt a compelling artistic desire to do so, that's a whole different thing. I've seen some, some tasteful tattoos on women, and I've seen some crazy stuff, but I would never take it upon myself to criticize anybody. So, Que Sera Sera is the great Doris Day used to sing. Young and free, I asked my mother, what shall I be? Will I be happy? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que Sera Sera, whatever will be, will be. The great Doris Day. I just watched with 6 you get egg roll. Gotta get my oil changed for the upcoming week. Oh man, it's the best. Not just a Mexican Chicano gangster. I don't know. Remember that when I sang that at the down in the fortune teller's wagon and on Fremont Street down there. That's still up there. Me singing. All right, belted that out, baby. I think people get off on the tattooing, bro. I don't know. Jeez. Puffy tacos, they were mouth-watering. Going, what the hell is a puffy taco? Is that like the expired meat I buy that's puffed out meat? Is that what that is? Yeah, you get the tool fog. TUEL in Central Valley down there. That's a bite. But I know a lot of people have tattoos and stuff these days. I don't think anybody in my family has one that I know. Well, my brother has. My older brother has some. I recommend trying puffy meat. I think you may need a strong to cut out that cough. You're not going to get it with the virus, honey. Right, viruses don't respond to antibiotics and stuff. It's what my doctor tells me is a DWI. Deal with it. All right, deal with it. That's it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Thank you, Inspecting Gadgets. It's been a great 12-year ride. I think 2025 is going to be a heck of a year. Oh, puffy shells, like pasta shells. Oh, thank you, Deborah, and congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens for wrapping up the AFC North division champions with their solid performance over the Cleveland Browns. And I know that the Bengals and the Steelers are playing. Good evening, Margie. I don't know if I'd want to be playing football when it's like 13 degrees in Pittsburgh tonight. Oh, man. Yeah, I just don't know what a tortilla puff-up is. Right. 12 years. Thank you, Nina. You've been a great friend. Forget the fan stuff. You've been a great friend. I don't have fans here, just friends. I think fans is, hey, Bubble, how are you? I'm doing better. Yeah, Cincinnati's winning. No, I'm in my hometown. I've just got a cup of coffee, and I'm just hanging out before I go heat up some, have a couple drinks and heat up some clam chowder tonight and enjoy some homemade baked goods this evening. Yeah, it's got to be a brutal cold football game in Pittsburgh tonight. And if Pittsburgh loses, that'll be like, what, 5 straight games they lost or something? I'm not sure if they'll make it into the play. I don't know. We'll see. For Shimei's sake, they better. They better. Oh, Nino, you're too sweet. Start using nebulizer today. Hopefully that helps. Oh, hopefully. I say if you don't have your flu vaccine, it's not too late to get it and get protection. This stuff is brutal. I do enjoy Saturday nights. Low, no pressure. I get my flu shot faithfully. This was the first year I missed it in like 22 years. So, bam, struck me down like a bolt of lightning. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. It's been a real joy to have you here, Alan. Yep. So big congratulations to your Baltimore Ravens for. We'll see what polls in. Let's go Notre Dame, right? Notre Dame and Penn State coming up in the Orange Bowl. That should be a good game. Let me get mine. I'm paying for it as we speak, Rosie. It sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I had ample time to get it, Deb. I had ample time to get it. Yep. I had ample time. Well, might get it before I go live and blah, blah, blah. We will need each other on this channel. 2025 will be challenging insofar as trying to deal with the levels of debt now. It finally seems like we're unable to tap dance around our way around that anymore. And I think that's why President-elect Trump wanted to get that you know, the debt ceiling blew up at this when Biden's still in office, but they got it done. They got it passed and pushed it through till right. So we'll see how easy it is to kick the can down the road from now on. Yeah, I hope everybody that's under the weather is feeling better. It's a very unusual situation. To me, flower tattoos, cute womanizer, all fresh. Petal stepped into a tea that made the tea purple. They voted to raise the debt ceiling about a week and a half ago. Continuing resolution was passed. Don't you remember when Trump said, "Don't vote for it"? Right? Don't let it blow up. So now it's squarely on him. Coming up. Yeah, it passed. Yeah, it pushed us along. Pushed it right into the next administration. Don't you remember Trump said he wanted to do away with the debt ceiling thing altogether? We'll just pretend it's not there, right? Yeah, Johnson won as Speaker of the House. I hadn't been legit sick since October of 1991, which is the last time I really had a fever that I could remember. Love is the easiest words to say. Let me speak sweet nothings in your ear, my dear. Yeah, well, you're a great person, Alan. You've been a tremendous supporter of the channel. It's been really slim lately, but it's been really, it's been great to have you. You've been a great supporter. That's what they do. They like to spend a lot of other people's money. I don't see them spending other people's money, but I see them borrowing money like crazy. Right? I took 5 edibles today. I'm kind of floating, especially after that maple butter tart. Wow, that's hardcore, honey. You better tie your rope to yourself in case you float away like the Macy's balloon. Yeah, the nation's debt ceiling was reinstated Thursday. Yeah. I didn't mean to imply that they did away with the debt ceiling. They did a continuing resolution to continue funding the national debt. I mean, just suspending the debt ceiling really does nothing to help the problem, right? You know who's going to pay the price, right? Thank you, Nippy. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, but who are we, right? Well, it has reached a breaking point right now because we can see what's happening to the 10-year note. There's your visible proof. Let that baby get over 5%, which was the previous peak about 2 years ago. Then you'll see the people start jawing. Right? That will signal much higher interest rates ahead if we broach 5%. Thank you, Linda. It's been great to have you on the channel, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you're not required to be friends to effectively serve in Congress. And Congress has to have the ability to exercise some measure of independence. This is not the era of the New Deal with the steamroller by FDR in 100 days, right? So people don't like to be lackeys. They don't think he's conservative enough. Well, I don't know. You have to be a compromiser, right? You have to be a compromiser. A lackey is somebody that just does your bidding no matter what without a second thought. Right? That's what a lackey is. As opposed to being a quisling. Named after the great Norwegian Prime Minister. Sounds like somebody's freaking out. Sounds like somebody needs a Snickers bar. That's your word of the day, quisling. Saint, I was there in Grocery Outlet, $8.49. Oh, man. Right. I just couldn't even believe it. I could not even believe it. I have no idea, Naomi. I don't know, honey. Since I did my travels down the Central Valley Adventure, I think that was two years and 2 months ago, maybe. Well, I mean, we'll have to see. Dr. Oz is a medical professional. I mean, what the hell? I mean, there's got to be something there. He's got to be better than some of these clowns that served in this administration, these horrendous people, Fauci and these idiots. I say give people a chance. Even in off-brand that I bought, it was $8 a dozen. I'm not paying $8 for eggs. Right? It ain't gonna happen. Not this cat. I remember our shitty health department had Dr. Maisie Sundry this idiot during the pandemic. What a tool she was. All right, what a total tool. And then she ended up being nailed for drunk driving and stuff. She's another idiot. Yeah, well, luckily for me, I rarely have eggs. Modesto videos have been here. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was a heck of a trip down the Central Valley. I had two great trips, the Pacific Coast Highway and the Central Valley. And then went up 395 on the eastern side of the Sierras, which was wonderful. It's not that they don't get long. I've just never been a big egg eater. Do 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 do. But as an input ingredient to breakfast, you can imagine if you're running the. Thank you, Forrest of Ravenshire. Appreciate it. Thank you, Elizabeth. But if you're running this breakfast place over here, the omelet or whatever, the omelet express, and you're probably going through 12 dozen eggs a day, right? You're going to eat that? Boy, that was impressive, Naomi. You almost had that grammatically correct. Really good. In comparison to brothers, they really aren't that expensive because they're very good. That's the way I feel about shrimp. Right? Shrimp is a great source of protein. Do 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 do. Right? It's a lot cheaper these days than. Oh man. I like eggs and I cannot lie. Yeah, shrimp is a great price now because we're just loaded with imported farm raised shrimp. So I can often get it for $4.99 a pound. So I can imagine chickens with the cats all over the rancho. Bark, 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 bark. See Simba with a mouthful of feathers. Meow. Shoot. There is a Bucky's on my drive tomorrow. I'll see what all the hype is about. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it's not much different than Love's or... Thank you, Catherine. If it's not, Love's is my favorite place to stop on the road. Cash credit, same price for gas. Everybody's friendly when you go in. Good coffee, good restrooms. Right? Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. So I just don't know if at the margin if I'm going to get all flutter about a Bucky's. They've been doing videos on it for a couple years or so. I don't know. It just seems like to be a mega store. Problem with going in there, I never walk out. It just seems like hats and tchotchkes and... There you go, Catherine. I'm just enjoying my downtime here at home for the next month and a half. I got to get across the local church on Monday, Tuesday. I got roped right in tonight. Hey James, how are you? No, I've never visited a Buc-ee's. Wawa is a convenience store on the East Coast. That's the way I feel about Love's truck stops. They're so clean. They check them every half hour. They got somebody going in, and nothing's all busted with taped up urinals and all that. They fix stuff. So it's good to be home until mid-February. It's great to be home. Golden Corral is a must. Man, I've done my time in the Golden Corral and the chocolate fountain. And the kid putting his whole arm into the chocolate fountain with his ice cream cone, right, all the way up his sleeve and everything. And the manager looks at me to see if I noticed it. And I look at the manager. He looks at me. And I'm just waiting for him to say, pull the plug on the chocolate fountain. Right? Because he was just going to let it go, right? I said, all right, clean up the chocolate fountain. And I hung around for a while to make sure that they drained it and cleaned it up. Yeah, it's just awful. This kid stick his whole arm in, like something out of National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation, right? Stirring the Kool-Aid with the whole arm in it. Hey, JT, I'm doing okay. I'm feeling better. Thank you. I know that's one of Mr. X's favorite places is the Golden Corral. Right, for that unlimited shrimp, that unlimited fried shrimp. Uh, which they never change the oil. What's your thoughts on Congress having a first trans congressman? And you know, I will judge her by what she accomplishes and the way that he or she represents the constituency. I don't recall when the last time I've been to. Probably the last time I went was 2015. uh, just be a good representative. Be decent. Be honest, and represent your people, all your people. Great steaks and mashed potatoes there. Where? Golden Corral? I don't think so. Yeah, I just don't eat desserts and stuff. I'm sure I've been to a Casey's before. See, truck stops have changed because they sold out to, um, to the corporate entities to run fast food. But truck stops, you used to go in and sit at big counters around the peninsula, and they would have their own menu with their own cooks and all that stuff. You like this? I don't really. I'm not a convenience eater there, Sergeant. Right? It's just not my. It's not my thing. I don't eat a lot of fried foods. I don't really like fried foods that much, especially deep fried. I haven't had a buffet in since the pandemic, before the pandemic, was the last time I had a buffet. Last time I had a buffet, and we're talking about really basically 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. And, if I never have a buffet again in my life, it'll be fine. You get older and you just don't want to gob down all that food and, shoving 6 or 8 desserts in and, right. Not much of a sweets person. Well, I'm just saying the truck stops were far different 20 years ago than they are today. You would go in and sit with truckers at a counter. Now it's all there's a Popeyes or a Subway or something in there. You have reminded me eating at a psych facility. It just came a day when the pandemic came, and I thought, oh wow, right, we'd go down to the garden buffet at the California hotel, which was wonderful because they had the big salad bar, and you'd get in there before 6 o'clock, and you had to like $6.99, like prime rib and potato and vegetable and cherries jubilee and a full salad bar. Right, unbelievable. Then the pandemic hit, and we had individual little packets of salt and pepper and all the craft paper spread over the table with individual packages of sterilized silverware and social distancing, and it became brutal to try to get something to eat in Las Vegas during that. Well, a lot of stuff from salad bars gets wasted, and it's too expensive these days. Salad bars have always been a ghost town in buffets. It's just a sideshow on the way to the meats. What always blew me away at buffets was when people would go in, and the first thing that would be there was the rolls, and they would load up on rolls and stuff on their plate. And I'm like, wow, right? You go for the high value, man. Go deep, right? Go deep in there, right? To where they're carving the roast beast and the seafood and everything. Don't get distracted by a sideshow. Jello and ambrosia and all this crapola and right the weirdo spaghettios or whatever. That prison spaghetti and meatballs that they'd be dishing out there. Just think of how much more profitable casinos are since they got rid of buffets and things. Now, I'm not saying they won't be back again, but I'm just saying, they just faded, gone with the wind for right now. If you want to go to the Bacchanal or something like that, yeah, Sizzler and Rustler. Anybody remember Rustler? I think the Sizzler in L.A. and Koreatown was Anthony Bourdain's favorite. And I think Kev TV and I were the last ones to eat during the pandemic at the Sizzler. We had to sit outside in the cold and everything. You couldn't have inside dining. Hey, GTB. Right. And then like 2 weeks later, it was shut down. I don't mind cold Italian food. That's fine. Yeah, we used to have Rustler. I don't think people even remember Rustler on the East Coast back in the day. Yep, Ponderosa. Yep. Hey, Desert, how are you? Yeah, Rustler Steakhouse. Prison spaghetti egg. I don't think so, Elmer. I don't want an egg anywhere near my spaghetti. Thank you. who is preparing my food now? uh, well, your food is being competed with carry-out orders. This has been a lot of the undoing of these restaurants. Is they double stressed the kitchen and didn't give them a proportional increase in pay. Right. Our casino was the Sands. Now the win cost per seat. Yeah, that's a good price. I mean, you can go to the Bacchanal or the Bellagio feast for like 100. I don't know, the Aria, or $119 or something now. So I don't know. Anybody wants to light me up on the channel, I'll report. Right. But I didn't think Benihana ever gave a good deal. They just all show, right? We're flicking this. Oh, we caught it. Yay. And they slice up a little bit of meat, right? Right. The big show. I thought, man, sit down. Just cook up the meat and serve it. Callie Mo was here earlier. You know what I mean, Bo? Just sit the hell down. Yeah, Arthur Creature's Fish and Chips. Yeah, I remember Friendlies, and I don't know. We had one around here. What the hell? I don't know what the hell it's called. But we have one buffet in town, the Chinese, running their buffet. And they've been running that since like 2000, and like 20 years, since like 2005. The Chinese running that, right? The King Buffet, China King Buffet. And on Saturday night, the Mexicans pile in there. Payday. And they're loading up. It used to be like $14.99 for dinner. It's probably like $24.95 now. I had Jollibee in the Philippines and in Hong Kong in 1991, 92, 93, 94, 95. I had Jollibee a lot before anybody in this nation even heard of Jollibee. Yeah, because buffets are too labor intensive. There's too much food that has to be thrown out. Right. So you can imagine the money Las Vegas saved doing away with most buffets. You don't have that union staff that you have to pay. You don't have all that food that has to be thrown out. All those fresh vegetables on the salad bar and all that waste. That liquor made the money. Yeah, that's good, Bo. I love West Texas over there, El Paso. I love that area over there. Love that area. Getting up into the hills and the dry country. Salad bars have always been kind of a ghost town. Yeah, Las Vegas is pricey. it's like everything else, it's becoming elitist now. Everybody wants to build for high income. No one wants to build. It's not economically feasible to cater to the lower echelons, lower to middle echelons of society anymore. Yeah, Amanda Hug and Kiss would say, well, Rosie, it's probably best if you just like pick up a hamburger or something or get some KFC with Mr. Z. Don't trouble yourself with the restaurant scene, Dan. Mm. Good night, Adam. Thanks for coming in. And a very happy new year to you. Yeah, no, she wouldn't. She'd be like, why don't you just chill out and just stick with Jerry's Nugget or whatever? With Pomsey. Can you imagine Pomsey there at the Bellagio on the deck with steak and lobster and champagne? Right? This ain't no Pomsey, Chad. We're putting $100 into the machine tonight. Ooh. This ain't no Pomsey, Chat. Hey, Duncan, I was stationed at Clark Air Base in 78 and 79. Yeah, I remember when Mount Pinatubo blew. I was in there after that happened. And what a mess with Corazon Aquino and People Power and all that. Yeah, I loved every moment I spent in the Philippines. It was great. It's a little tragic in some places, but Angeles City and some of these places hyper dangerous. It's got some awful slums in Manila, but it is, by and large, there's a lot to do in Manila. That had the best seafood bar that I'd gone to, where you take your tray, you walk through, and they have all the fish and crab and everything up on ice in front of you. You walk by, and it's all like laid up on a slope there, and you just pick out what you want, and they put it on your tray, and then you walk through, and at the end you pay, and then they cook it and bring it to your table. Cheap and good. Many good times in Philippines. I'm doing better, June, chasing it. Share a story of one of the craziest, wildest, most memorable live streams during your 12 years. One thing that I'll always remember was, and you have to remember, starting in August of 2015, I took over from Drury, and I was the second person to really host the Boit, the original Boit, right? And I lasted until April of 2019, and I said, that's enough for me. And I would host every Wednesday, would be from about 5 p.m. till about 10 p.m. And then Friday or Saturday night would be from 5 p.m. until like 1 o'clock in the morning or in the morning. And at that time, this was before they had these other streaming services that you have to use now. So YouTube had their own, and you could have, hey Rev, you could have 10 people on a panel, including yourself. And I'm sitting there one night, I'm doing the stream, and I count across the bottom of the stream. Everybody's head was in a little box at the bottom, and there were 11 people in the chat. I'll never forget that. I don't know how the hell it happened, or whatever, but it was just one of those really, good night, Shemay, one of those really strange things. I had some really wild New Year's Eve, and pretty wild dressed and Halloweens and stuff like that, and just good fun times with everybody. And then I wake up the next day and I hear Missy Jen throwing beer cans in the trash, and she just look at me and shake her head. There were like 8 cans here. But many were just shit shows toward. They were. I just couldn't. When I started getting bounced out of my own chat, or people started telling me who I could meet or who I couldn't meet, then that was like the end for me. And I just said no. I didn't come here to have people tell me what to do on. Yeah, she did. I didn't come here to have people tell me what to do, or how to run my chats, or who to meet and who not to meet and all that. So in April of 2019, I went out on my own, and I've seriously considered bringing back a chat again, putting StreamYards in. Yeah, my feathers got ruffled very, very rarely. There's only a couple of times I really lost my cool on YouTube on a live stream. And if you can say that after hosting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of live streams, you're doing pretty doggone good. Dory Lynn remembers some of them. Yeah, it's been good, and you have to remember, I took down about 4,000 videos. I took down about 12 million views I removed over in early 2023. Right? So you're seeing a mere shadow. I mean, I was well up over 25 million views on the channel. People would be like, well, you don't have a lot of people watch your live streams and stuff like that, or videos, but I'd be like, oh man, there's some videos back there that get tens of thousands of views and stuff, and it would all add up to a huge. You see some of these people today that might have 1,500 people in a chat, but their overall views are nothing, right? Because people never go back and watch live streams. It's the biggest piece of advice I could give to people, is to be a content creator, right? Because you never know when something you create will just take off and go crazy. YouTube doesn't promote live streams and things, but they do promote videos. So I have, most of my stuff is is backed up until about the last 5 years. But anytime you want, YouTube has a feature in Google that you can download everything that you ever twisted, everything you ever uploaded. You can download it to a hard drive or something on your computer. They have that ability to download everything that you have. It might not be in the resolution that you originally uploaded it, but it will be everything that you ever did on there. And one of my greatest marks of distinction, I'm the only person I know in the history of YouTube that ever brought the same channel back from termination 4 different times. Nowadays, you see when a channel goes down, that's it, right? But back then, I managed to hit the right buttons to bring it back at each and every time, which I think is unprecedented in the history of YouTube. That's why when you look at the starting date, you see January 4th of 2013. And that's the original channel, and then I started the other channel, I think, in September of 2013 or something like that. But a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And I've met a lot of people. A lot of people have passed over that threshold at the Rancho. And there'll be many more stars to come in. Many more. I remember having live streams and people hopped the fence and ran through the Rancho. And I remember when people would come to the side of the Rancho and throw stuff over the fence while I was live. Right. You know, snipe the live stream and people just stop by randomly. Well, we didn't really have those tools back then. Thank you, Plastic. I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of, you know, just a lot of fun, and accomplished a lot. First videos, I was still working on the Rancho, refinishing floors, and still trying to get the place together. Start a channel I listened to 12 years on the air is a long time. Thank you, Alan. It's covered a lot of stuff, and but the people have really made it. Did any of those things hit you on the head? No, nothing hit me on the head. Yeah, Meteor Man, unbelievable memory down in Oakland. Those were the days. Oh, thank you, Melody. Yeah, the cinematic videos. Those were the days that, yeah, well, yeah, there'll be more cinematic videos coming. I got to get back into travel mode. I've almost got things in volunteer work almost to the point where I like what I see now. When, you know, when I go down to Vegas and other places, I kind of like that. I want to stay plugged in there. I'm not one to cut and run, but I'd still like to see a sign put on the front over the church door. There's some other things that I would like to see done there. I like to raise money. I like to put out the word. People responded well on this channel. There's been almost $30,000 have been raised just in cash, not to mention the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of food was donated. I love the Niagara Falls video only in as much as I was able to focus on the people on the boat and their reaction to Niagara Falls. Most people had the camera pointed at the falls. I had the camera on the people and just see their faces and stuff. Yeah, those 6-hour streams on Saturdays, they were good, Keith. Right? Had a lot of people would come through. And, but you know, Keith, like anything else, it just, after a while, it becomes grueling. Right? And you just feel like you did your time, and it's time to pass the reins to somebody else. And that was really the heyday of Boyd right in there. I mean, I learned a lot, man. I mean, I remember when listening to people on another live stream talk, they had, you know, I came on the scene and I was pretty much freewheeling, right? And I would meet who I wanted, and I met people like Elvis and stuff like that. And people got upset about it. And I remember one time people talking about, pulled my background report, and all that stuff. And there was a different era of that back then, right? People would do background checks and uh, swattings and send crap to the, just it was a it was a much different time uh, back then. And YouTube is so tame now compared to what it used to be. With a street of throw rock, street justice. That was it. That one came out of the blue. I'd had no encounter with that guy, and he just loomed out of the darkness. He was so embarrassed because his girlfriend put him in his place. He thought I was just, I guess, eavesdropping. And of course, I have no interest in you or your girlfriend or anything. That was the old Hartwell house there, next to the Haunted Museum. Yeah, Dave the Fisherman in Vegas at his mansion. Driving around in a Aston Martin. Yeah, there's so much stuff on the channel. If you ever went back and looked at some of the playlists and things, you would laugh your ass off. Some of the travels and adventures. Yeah, we talked a lot about President Carter one night. And, time heals all wounds. Right. But you never know what you're going to get. He was certainly, I had my issues with President Carter, but I never had any issue with his decency as a person. And I was he set quite the standard for making a difference leaving office and stuff. I thought if anybody was not self-centered and self-focused, it was him, and his wife too. And I thought that's a real example to follow in life. Right, that was a real example to follow in life. Oh, the moonshining videos. Oh, wow. It's just a whole nother genre that was huge, that just brought tons of people into tons of people to the channel. And, yeah, it was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, he's decent. But see, we didn't get all hep up. Just because I didn't agree with President Carter and I found him as a rather inept president did not mean that I felt licensed to do anything except vote differently in the next election. I mean, it was the normal way. That's the normal way that we grew up, right? You'd have to go public and tear people down. And of course, we didn't have social media or the internet back then. It was probably better for the world, the civility of the world, that we didn't have all that. Because when the internet came along, it was a real eye-opener, because you would have people talk to you on the internet that would never dare say the things to your face that they would say in the online, hiding behind avatars and things. That's the freedom that the internet allowed. That anonymity to just be good if you wanted, or to be a not so good person. And then people took out their own, mental illnesses and things they could, because YouTube was free, they could come in and just drop their horrible issues and their mental states on everybody else on the internet and stuff. Yeah, it was terrible. The hostage crisis was terrible. The energy crisis was terrible. We were dealing with teacher strikes in Baltimore City, and everybody was on strike, and the whole educational and curriculum had been turned on its head, and the world just flipped out. People felt bad about they just felt bad about being American. And then, guys, I can't tell you how it all changed when we had the hockey team, their march, and I remember watching their march very carefully to the gold medal, beating Czechoslovakia and Sweden, and then the gold medal game. And right at that point in time, if I had to put my finger on a precise point in time that people began to feel pride again, it was that Olympics with Mike Eruzione and the gold medal team of 1980. It was the first time that I ever heard USA, USA, right? And Al Michaels and all that. Yeah, that was the first time, Keith Gregory, the first time in years that people had felt proud. They started to put Vietnam behind them. And they all been beaten into the ground by the Jane Fondas of the world and all the protests and all the hippies and all the freaks. Thank you, Ward. All that just seemed to hit the flush button on that run. I remember specifically cutting out headlines out of the paper and stuff for that gold medal run. So, the whole nation turned on a dime on that. And then I went into graduate school. We had the Economic Recovery Act of 1981 with accelerated depreciation and all this. It was quite a change. But not one person ever doubted the decency or good-heartedness of President Carter. Right. He was probably, one of the last real genuine, just really solidly good people. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Mary Lou Retton, because her family kind of, her daughters did that on their own, and I don't know, it's a muddled mess. And I don't know. Only the Lord knows the truth, and a few select people about that. But it left a distaste in my mouth at a time when we had when people were so stressed out for medical costs, and because you're a superstar gold medal gymnast, well, you get this or you get that. And I guess whatever disease she had, I guess she beat it, so I guess that's a good thing, Yeah, I'll never forget, one of the greatest analysis I've ever heard was like Ronald Reagan's 1964 speech about big government and the warnings of big government. And man, the stuff he quoted, just the statistics and stuff were just hair-raising. But it didn't matter to people. They were going to spend what they wanted to spend and push forward the huge social programs and all that crap. I enjoyed his presidency very much. I did not enjoy either of the Bush presidencies. I thought was mentally taxing to me. Although George H. Bush, the senior, was a decent man. And then Jeb Bush was running, and I thought, oh my God, you can't shake these things. You can't shake these people. Right? It's like the Kennedys. I can't get rid of it, right? Yeah, I didn't think Desert Storm was much of a challenge, to be honest. I think the biggest challenge was putting out fires and, but of course he left the job undone, still left terrorist cells, and should have gone all the way into, should have freaking gone into some of these shitty countries and left a lot of meat on the table there. Should have pursued that shit right up to the right up to Baghdad at that time, and a lot of the Middle East, cleared out a lot of that rabble. Well, you might not have wanted another Vietnam, but you left. It was the same as World War One, leaving all the shit undone, so you had to have another World War Two. That's the downside of that. It's like Margaret Thatcher said to the old man Bush, don't get wobbly now. Don't get wobbly, George. She had to give him a stiffener. I remember the Falklands campaign, the blowing up of the Sheffield. Right, all that shit. Looked hot at the Mar-a-Lago New Year. She's a good-looking woman, right? The daughter's a good-looking gal too. The good news for her is she can take a totally different approach on the presidency now. These people come in already knowing the ropes, and special forces captured Saddam Hussein. Can I get your honest on the moon landing? Yes, we landed on the moon for sure. Absolutely. We had the technology. It's insulting to the space program and the Grisham, White, and Chaffee who burned up in the Apollo capsule, and to their memory, to put that hijinks out that we didn't land on the moon. What a dirty slap in the face to all those technicians and scientists and engineers, builders that busted their balls to put a man on the moon. What an insult to them. It's just one of the biggest insults in history, and it only came about in the last 25 years with the rise of the conspiracy society and shit. You can still see the damn footprints on the moon and all that shit. Oh, that's all fake. They did that in underwater thing. Come on, man. What's the incentive for doing that, right? Everybody's going to be pledged to secrecy, and we're going to kill you. It's very insulting to me. The day I remember my parents, when those 3 astronauts burned up in that capsule, and the nation just recoiled in horror. And I remember in December of 1968 hanging Christmas lights out front when the first time Borman, Lovell, and Anders went around the dark side of the moon. How thrilling that was. We live in a very sick society today. A very demonically inspired sick society. Sad to say. The biggest hallmark of the demonic is division and doubt and error. I remember biting my fingernails, Apollo 13, and families glued, wondering if this capsule is going to burn up, or can this lunar module really bring all these people back to Earth? I mean, my God, the blood, sweat, and tears that was poured into this program. And watching that Saturn V rocket blast off. I have a video called The Greatest 4 Minutes on YouTube, watching that thing from ground level igniting and slowly starting to rise. Unreal. That's what disappoints me so much about the world today, is we've taken a gigantic step backwards. Well, you could ask the Chinese. They've been doing it a few times. That will be something that will live in your heart forever, Amanda Hogginkiss. That will live in your heart forever. You know, effectively, mentally, and you're already there. You're married. You're already there. Don't fall for conspiracy theories. It's insulting to people that dedicated their lives to be told that everything they did was a fraud, that they all got brainwashed, that they could all keep their lips closed, and we're all paid off to keep a secret. What a bunch of bullshit. People just don't even have the sense to even think about the ridiculousness of it. It's like the flat earthers. Oh, the moon's round. Mars is round. Right, Saturn's round, Jupiter, but we got the square one. We got the flat one. Right? We got the flat one. So I'm proud of what the space program accomplished. I was proud of John Glenn. How great we felt when John Glenn landed. Alan Shepard. Yeah, so we got blessed with the flat planet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, wine country. 40 years ago, you would have been institutionalized for a thought like that. Now you have people that have made social media careers out of that bullshit. I don't need to check out anything. I lived through it. I've seen the stuff at the Smithsonian. It's crazy. This is how insane and deranged some people are today. Yeah, it's all for views and disinformation. I don't know what your thoughts are, Twisted Reed. I have no idea. I know what mine are. I know what I witnessed. I know what I lived through. Nobody's going to pull me off of that. It's a hell of a program. The Apollo program was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Watching that Saturn V take off was one of the five greatest moments in my life. Oh, Twisted, give it a rest, would you? I don't need to hear a bunch of nonsense. Again, everybody kept their mouth shut, right? Everybody was on the payroll. Oh, man. Just even on the face of it, you just don't realize how totally nonsensical that is. Of the thousands of flight engineers and mathematicians and structural engineers and material engineers, electrical engineers, computer engineers, rocket engineers, they all kept their mouths shut. So you dwell on that a while, how they pulled that off, Twisted. You dwell on that tonight. That'll be your homework assignment, how they managed to put the cloak of secrecy on that. All right. Who do you link to, all the people in the chat? What does that mean, EJ? What does that mean? Like I said, to my way of my thinking, believing that is one of the biggest insults to the memory and hard work and dedication of people that dedicated their lives for the single purpose of putting a person on the moon and accomplished this, right? I don't care, Twisted, what you claim. It doesn't bother me. You're in the chat to express your opinion, and that's fine. I've expressed mine. It doesn't bother me. It's not going to move my needle one bit. I'm not one of the people that falls into conspiracy traps all the time because it's fascinating. So carry on. All right, it's time to eat. We've had a lively discussion as usual. Hey Joni, how you doing? All right, we're pulling out of here. We are. All right, what's going on in Kentucky tonight? Do we have a score on the Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game? That should just be about wrapping up, I think. Boy, I'm going to need the jacket tonight. Woo! Woo! Is it over or is it? Is that the game or is it? Oh, fourth quarter. Okay. Third quarter. Got to be brutally cold in Pittsburgh. You know what, Twisted Reed? You've outlived your usefulness on the channel, so if you're going to be insulting, see you later. Don't write me and complain. Feels like 10 degrees. Yeah, that's got to be beautiful for watching football, right? That ball must feel like a rock. We tolerate all opinion here, but what we don't tolerate is insults. So grow up, all right, and just move on. Find another chat to hang at it. Live in your bubble of ignorance and conspiracy. You fit right in perfectly. One of the unhappiest people I know. Yeah, it's, you know, I keep everybody in chat, but if you want to start going down to insults or whatever, move on to a place and hang out with your conspiracy theory buddies. All right, thank you, Alan. If you want to engage in conversation, well, we'll engage in conversation. If you want to trade insults, then we'll trade insults. Yeah, it's not the void. It's always this constant drone of I'm right and everybody else in the world is wrong. Right? Just go to a place where your fellow travelers are. And be happy, Lord's sakes. Be happy. Yeah, the man in the can. Just basically very unhappy person. I think a lot of people block twisted on their own over the time. Don't ask me why. It's beyond my thing to know. I always got along pretty good. But when you start name calling and stuff like that, our time together has come to an end. All right. Ooh, it's cold. Oh. Ooh, it's cold. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Like I say, when you pass over to insulting, then we've about reached the end of the line. All right. Some people just have no self-awareness of. I guess that thing needs a change of. Let me sit this here. I guess that thing will be squabbing off all night tonight. That detector. Let's see what we got going on. Be nice or be gone. Oh. Yeah, hear that thing? figure out which one it is. I don't think it's the one in the hall, is it? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. It's hard to know. That one's hardwired. That one's plugged in. Must be this one here. In the garden suite. Hold on a minute. In the garden suite. Boy. This one. Son of a. Yeah, we're gonna have to put some new batteries in this baby. We got a situation here. We got a situation with this bird. Alright. Better put some new batteries in. Alright. Alright, we got this baby's all mucked up. Alright. Click that out. I can see babies have about had it, huh? Alright. Oh, man. Let's see. All right. Hold on, guys. What the hell's going on? What do we got, a dud? What the hell's going on? Hold on. What's going on? I think we got it right? This is all fresh batteries, bro. I guess this thing went tits up. All right, we'll save the batteries. We'll have to get a new unit. All right, I know the batteries are good. All right, that's the end of that. It's supposed to be good for 10 years. What a joke. Right. November 2021. Joke. More junk. More junk for the landfill. All right. Amanda Hug and Kiss is a hoot. Is a hoot. Oh, man. Get set up outside, man. Gonna be cold, cold, cold. Alright. Looks like Mike Tomlin, poor Mike Tomlin's looking at his Coach of the Year. Going right down the shitter right now. Oh boy. All right, you birds. Let's get this set up here. Ooh, it's cold tonight. It's a cold and frosty night tonight. looking at? What are you looking at? Are you looking at Gorky Park? Gorky Park. Let's enjoy a nice cold brew. Right. All right. This jacket smells like fish. I don't know what the hell it is. Right. It's a cold and frosty night. Oh, there we go. Oh, my sack. This makes me very cozy. Alright, here we go. Oh, yes. Yes. My Dr. Zhivago, look. Yeah, it's supposed to be nice this week. I got to spray the fruit trees. That's critical. Let them dry out a little bit. Oh yeah, Ronnie, it's just plunging. This temperature is just like dropping like a rock. What's up, Crow? Well, if you think it's Alan Gentry, if you think June's talking cold now, wait a few more days. Wait till this thing's gonna persist at least till next Sunday. At least. You're gonna hear people complaining about heating bills like you've never heard. Hey Nick, I'm still kicking, Crow. Not as high, but I'm still kicking. Joni, the hillbillies are going to start burning up their car seats down there. Coffee, you won't be able to sleep. Jamie, how are you? Thank you. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. It's hard to believe that one tomato plant just refuses to let go. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. 12 years. What did Justin say? Hold on. A second cold winter storm, kind of winter's here to stay in January. How's it been in Vegas? Is it going to get cold down there? You probably haven't had the wind. The wind in Vegas in winter is the worst thing. That thing cuts you like a knife. Windy. Yeah, all the fruit trees need a lot of attention here. Some of them, this Trevita orange blew up to about 16 feet tall. That thing's got to be cut way down. I don't know what the hell that thing's doing. Michael Jackson, thank you. 99 pence, thank you. Man, somebody out there support, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, Melody, I worked inside the house baking today, cleaning up a little bit. Talking to the boss on the phone. Yeah, the lights were out in Puerto Rico a couple days ago. That's what everybody does in the hood. We run our propane. We run our gas stoves for heat. Good night, Nino. People would run their stoves all night. I don't think I'd enjoy living in a Caribbean nation because of the hot, sweaty, high humidity. Right, because Cuba, everybody's sweating their sack off, right? No, I've not been to Guam, Sergeant. No, I don't really have any interest in go to Guam and see the brown snakes there. I don't know how many people get bit by brown snakes in Guam a year, but it's a hell of a lot. It's a hell of a lot. Well, I don't know. There's just Guam's a small island. There's not a lot to do or see. Right. Some people like to go fishing there. No, no Grenada. I would rather visit Midway or something. Oh, the heat from the oven was delightful, Melody. I'll have a video coming up of the baking I did, which was pretty successful today. Hey, Rupert. What a beautiful night tonight. Gonna be cold though. Gonna be real cold. Real cold. I haven't heard the owl in a while. Probably its sack froze off. Yeah, I gotta get this garden taken down here. A mess. We'll let it get warmed up a little bit. We'll have some work to do for next week. Al's doing. It's more a figure of speech, Adam. Just like a figure of speech, right? Well, just that brown snakes. So many people get bitten by brown snakes, and the island is just sick with snakes. Brown snakes, and it's rare that anybody would grow up and not have at least one or two bites. I have no idea, Melody. It's above my pay grade. You know, if you have the incentive to go out to work, you can do a tremendous amount of things in life. But if you want to sleep all days and, you get what you get in life. Keep the island breeze. Just wonder how they mismanaged for so many years in Puerto Rico. It seemed like you'd have a huge tourist industry. Yeah, well, I just don't get involved in personal life matters, and as long as anybody's getting along. Alright, I'm not sitting outside tonight. I'm not paid enough tonight to be out here. It's a biting cold. Oh, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. All right, what do we got here? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. All right. Close that sack off, man. Hey, Larson, how are you? Yeah, the hat. It's the only thing between life and death for me right now. Is this. I gotta get off this jacket. It smells like fish. I don't know why. Right. It really stinks. Pardon me. My kitchen's too small. This kitchen is outrageously tiny. But it's amazing what I've been able to kick out of here in this kitchen. If I say so myself. It's been amazing. Like today, what does this look like to you guys? Oh, it smells so damn good. Oh boy. Une baguette. Une baguette. That's what it is. It is what it is. Let's get this back together. This kitchen is just way too small. It's like a galley on a submarine. But out of this small kitchen, amazing things have been done. Always make sure to keep that skillet in good shape. I got to get another paper towel here. Here we go. Haul out the holly. Put up the lights. Haul out the holly. Put up the lights. Do 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 do. Deck the halls again now. On account of we need a little Christmas. Oh yeah. I like good solid cookware. My Fisher Paykel stove. God, I wouldn't even know what one of these cost today. Glorious Fisher Paykel. What the hell would it cost? All right. Oh, thank you, Miss Tree. Very kind of you. Thank you. $9.99 from Miss Tree, the Queen of the Carolinas. There. Thank you, Miss Tree. The Queen of the Carolinas. Right there. Oh, boy. All right. Get cleaned up. That was nice of Miss Tree. She just took the mystery out of the whole situation. Good night, Alan. Thanks for coming by. Alright, let's heat up some of this delicious clam chowder we have. Let's feast tonight to celebrate 12 glorious years. Let's do that. Whilst we celebrate the Ravens securing another AFC North title. All right. Look at those baguettes. What a thing of beauty. Haul out the holly. Alright, these are pretty clean. We've worked down on a lot of that sauce. Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's just I don't know. Today I couldn't really get adjusted because I've been inside in the warm all day. Who in the heck was that? Melody! Thank you! Wow! I needed that. Like, thank you, Melody. And look at this for Melody, too. Guess where we're going this week? All right? Sur la table. The gift of cooking, baby! Look at that! Up the ante. You guys are very kind. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Tree. Thank you, Michael Jackson. Thank you, Melody. Very, very appreciated. Look at this baby. Wait till I go schlep around the store and see what I'm going to get my greasy mitts on there. Yeah, she has good taste, doesn't she? She's from the rich side of town, man. She's the rich side of town. I'm on the cheating side of town here. That's it. That is it. That wonderful. Thank you, boys. Wonderful, wonderful. For our next number, we got this beautiful clam chowder. Man, that was super nice. Super nice. Look at that tomato. All that sauce. Look over there. All that peaches canned. Right there. Yeah, wonderful donuts. Everybody was asking about you, Callie Mo. All right. We're going to put some of this great clam chowder here. All right. We're going to have a nice heaping bowl. Celebrate my good fortune. Happy anniversary. All right, that's a nice helping of clam chowder. There we go. And heat that baby up. Here, we're going to give that an initial 5 minutes. This stuff turned out so good. What a perfect dish to have on a very cold night. Clam chowder on a cold night. Chowder, yeah. That's it. You're the happiest when you are when you're cooking. I don't know. I'm pretty happy most of the time, man. I'm like, you're pretty happy most of the time. Right? You got less to be happy about in life than I do, yet you're still a basically pretty happy person. They're a beautiful baguette. Nice crunch. Wasn't that kind of mystery? Oh, yeah, it's got all that crunch to it. I made the bread, yep. made the bread today. Nice baguettes. Delicious. Bird is still here. He started year number 4. Beautiful baguette. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been rather slim. So that's really appreciated. Hey, Darla, how are you? Oh, now the holly. Deck the halls again now. I guess you can still sing Christmas songs through the Epiphany. Oh, I love that sound. You can just put this in the oven and just re-crisp this. It makes it wonderful. Makes it wonderful. It's nice to be inside tonight. I was talking to the boss today. He said, oh, you know, you can be inside. Whoa, right. All right, we're going to get a little bit of this bread cuts. Oh, I love the way that cuts. Just got that nice crust to it. And we just slice this right here. And we got a nice accompaniment to the, really nice accompaniment to the clam chowder. This is the year 13. Yep. I woke up this morning and YouTube had a big thing in my inbox congratulating me for 12 years. Thought that was nice. YouTube never really does anything for anybody unless you're some big ass superstar. All you need is some fondue. Man, I hate that stuff. No offense. Because everybody double dips with the fondue. Right. They take their thing, they dip in, then they put it back in. This is the beginning of the 13th year, yeah. You figure 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, yeah, 12 years. Yeah. Broadcast your life. Let's stir that around. We want to make sure that stuff is really hot tonight. Yeah, no, I don't think so, Mystery. There's people that are real stars on YouTube and stuff like that. I always just enjoyed being a schlub one. No crime in that. Fondue. Yeah, I don't like honey. I do not like honey. It's a very off-putting taste to me. I don't know what to do. But the good news is a lot of people do like honey. Many of you love the honey, which is okay. What's up, John Jacobs? Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, here we are. Let that go. Leave on. That's one way to put it. Jeez. That's one way to put it, Mystery. That's one way to put it. I much more think that wax is more interesting. Lots of work to harvest. I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah, I just don't like the flavor of honey, but that's just me. Where the hell did my beer go? Did I leave it outside? What the hell? Oh, here it is. All right, I think we can go ahead and let's see. Oh, wow, that baby's piping hot. Ooh, ooh. That baby is piping hot. Where the hell's the spoon? What the hell's going on? Here we go. Here we are. We got our bread. We're going to stir that a bit. Release the Gorgon. Oh, that's so good. That's it. Blizzard there in Kansas. Be careful. I like beeswax. That's kind of cool. I do like beeswax, so we're going to dip a little of this bread. Une baguette. All right, let's do this. Let's have a seat over here and really enjoy our dinner tonight. Let's enjoy our dinner tonight. Yeah, watching the bees come and go. Oh man, I get plenty of honeybees around here when it's pollinating season with the fruit trees. There's a lot of them that hang around here. One might almost say it's irritating. The number that's around. Well, the Bengals won. I think the poor Steelers ended with 5 straight losses on the year. Yeah, rosemary's nuts around the area. I mean, that stuff grows everywhere. That stuff grows everywhere. Oh, I think a little bit of time really helped this. I'm telling you, Robbie, I knew, man, I'm telling you, you know how I love the state of Kansas and stuff? But, wow, I can't even imagine up in the high plains in Goodland up there the way that wind's going to be blowing and that cold up there. Like, what's the current temperature in Goodland? I remember the High Plains Museum of the West. The High Plains Drifter. Yeah, I'm wondering what Goodland is. Goodland's much higher elevation. Now, Topeka is a very interesting city. It's a big city too. It's the capital city of Kansas. What the hell? I just brought the hell is it? Paper towels. The hell did I do with that? Yeah, if you've ever been up to Goodland, it's a real experience up there. I mean, it's a real experience. That's an illusion though, Lurker. If you start at like St. Louis and then you get to Kansas City and you start to climb in elevation all the way across Kansas, you have the sensation that you're going uphill the whole time. And then when you get to like Lyman, Colorado, I don't know what it is, like 3,000, 4,000 feet you've climbed just in western Kansas. It's pretty amazing. And the cool towns of Salina and Russell, Kansas, and Emporia. Supposed to be a pretty good food scene there. I enjoyed 42 in Joplin, Missouri. I enjoyed Salina. I had the $2.99 breakfast at the Sunshine Cafe in Salina. Waffles, bacon, eggs. Like, what the hell, hash browns? You burn like 20% more gas going west than you do east. So we have the Orange Bowl, the fighting the Irish of Notre Dame, and Penn State will be battling out to see who goes to the championship game against either Texas or Ohio State. Uphill and against the wind. It's a hell of a climb, Justin. I don't know what the altitude of like Lyman, Colorado is, but it's windy up there, bro, and it is high altitude. Right. Notre Dame put the beat down on Georgia. The whole state is that's gonna turn to snow, right? And it's gonna go on top of that ice. And it's gonna create very hazardous conditions. I don't think Colorado is quite as beautiful as it used to be. Reason because, yeah, that's the route we took, yep. I-70, we stopped in, I think, Lyman, then in Salt Lake, then in Reno. Looks like the people are tearing the seats up in Pittsburgh. I don't know. Winter Park. My brother lived on Monument. Which was at 8,000 feet on the Palmer Divide. Yeah, 5,300 feet is pretty high. What's the altitude of Kansas City? That shows you the gain in altitude, right? You're climbing at least 4,000 feet. You're climbing a 400-story building. Let me tell you, your car knows it. Yeah. Yeah, so you're climbing 4,000 feet there, which is a hell of a lot. I've not been to South Bend, but I would like to. I'd also like to visit Gary, Indiana. I'd like to look around Indianapolis some more. Gary, Indiana is like a crime hole there. It's like nothing left of the town. It's all tore up. I think it's like a thug town. Slow clap. Yeah, that's where Michael Jackson was born. Just beat it. Yeah, Louisville's pretty close to all of that stuff. Those Georgia Bulldogs, that's Amanda Hug and Kiss's team. It's like, oh, I get so tired. Everybody's Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. Well, guess what? Georgia's not in the Final Four, so how do you like me now? That's it. Boy, this was the perfect dinner. Kelly's watching the game tonight. I'm sure she loves American football. I don't think Mahomes is playing for the Chiefs tomorrow. Fluffy Teddy, life is okay. It's all right. How you doing? Life is okay. I got no complaints. It's just nice to be inside today. I'm still enjoying that residual heat from baking today. That bread was out of sight. Anyway, guys, it's been about 3 hours. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I got some cleanup to do in the kitchen here. Fluffy Teddy, good to see you. And to my moderators, thank you for everything that you do. I really appreciate it. I had a really good day today. I'm feeling better and better, which is a good thing. And thank you, those of you who wish me happy 12th anniversary here on YouTube. Thank you, Melody and Mystery and Michael Jackson, for the financial support tonight. It's really, really appreciated. And to all of you, my moderators especially, thank you, Ronnie. If we could get over 100 thumbs up tonight, it would be great. It would be absolutely wonderful. And yeah, Amanda, safe travels to you. We'll see you on Wednesday. Take care, everybody.